Hello fellow takers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks, and today I bring you a video titled Life of the Bottom Tier, because as we already know, life as a bottom tier is not really easy and it takes a lot of effort in order to squeeze out even a good game at bottom tier, especially if you have no armor and you could be pretty much penned by anything. At the same time, you're gonna have problem penetrating everything else that's in a game. So for this purpose, we jumped into Vengeance, which is a tier 8 premium American medium tank. This is one of those tanks that could be annoying on the battlefield, and it usually plays out as a bottom tier. From what I've noticed recently, majority of my games in this tank are actually bottom tier. Now before we go into the gameplay, one thing I wanted to cover was my previous video, and maybe some of you were surprised that I've actually posted something like this, because that's usually not me. That was probably a recording from one of my worst sessions that I had, and you know, this game will get to you eventually, you know, especially I've played it for so many years, and this usually doesn't happen to me. I'm usually quite calm and collected when I play the game, and I understand that whatever happens is part of the game. But, you know, if certain things happen continuously over and over and over, it's just like adding wood to the fire, right? And the fire is going to get bigger, and all of a sudden it's just going to burn everything in its area, and you're going to have a huge freaking fire, right? That's exactly what happened to me in this situation. I had multiple games where RNG was really freaking brutal. Like, I got one shot by artillery twice, and that wasn't just stationary. I was actually moving, and I got hit for full HP both times. I was hitting bottom plates of heavy tanks with premium ammo, and I was bouncing. And then, you know, this situation happened where I was hitting Russian medium tanks on the side, and that's not the first time that this has happened, is that you just bounce, you know. And you know, it's part of the game, and you shouldn't get really upset about stuff like that. And you have to understand that this is a game, but the human nature is not as such, especially if you're a little bit competitive like I am. And I want to bring you the best stuff that I can as far as the channel goes, and best games I can bring. I have my periods of time when I'm really on and I try to have a good game. And there are times where I just play for fun and I don't care what the result is going to be, right? So, but those times where I actually try to put my time in and get good games for you guys, for the channel, where I really want to have a good game, and my session on a good note, and it doesn't happen because RNG screws me over continuously, it drives me nuts. And situations like that do happen. So regardless, I try to keep this channel pretty much family friendly and keep all that commentary away from the game. But sometimes you have to share what's really happening, you know, and how you actually feel about the game every once in a while. And that is a fact. So I want to show you both perspectives. It's not all fun and games every time. Sometimes it's agony and misery of things that happen in a game that drive you nuts, and it is what it is. And sometimes you just need a reset, get your head straight, turn the game off, maybe for 3 days, 4 days, maybe even a week or more, and then come back fresh to it. And that's the way it works. Now, let's talk about Vengeance. What is this tank? Is it any good? What is it all about? One good thing about this tank is the fact that it gives you additional boost to training of your crew. So what you'll get with this tank is additional 50% of silver bonus and additional 50% of crew XP bonus, not to mention the XP bonus of 15. So I've been using this tank a little bit as a crew trainer, and it's a pretty decent one, especially at higher tier. So would I recommend getting this tank? Well, probably not. It's not really a fantastic tank. But if you're looking for, you know, crew XP trainer at higher tier, I would probably say that this is one of the better ones. I'm not gonna go into detail on the stats of this tank, but one thing to mention about this is that its alpha damage is at about 240 average, which is, you know, a little puny alpha, but from the 90mm gun that you have, you shouldn't expect more. Gun depression, however, we're talking about minus 10 degrees, is pretty nice, although this tank doesn't have a really good turret armor, as it is only 76mm in thickness. So you're gonna have to poke out quick, snap shoot, and then drop back behind the ridge. And with the accuracy of .36, you know, you're gonna miss a lot of shots with this gun. The advertised reload is at about 7.8 seconds. My current reload sits slightly above 7 seconds, I believe. Aim time of 2 seconds is quite nice, to be honest, but that accuracy, again, it's something that could be, you know, a little bit better, to be honest, because I found that I'm missing a lot of shots with this tank and a pretty decent crew that I have in it at the moment, which has about 10 skills / perks. Now, the view range on this thing is not too bad. It's about 390 meters, so it's quite competitive, although the camo values are probably not the greatest. So especially if you're playing as bottom tier, you're gonna be playing with tier 9s and tier 10s that will probably outspot you, so you have to keep that in mind. That's why I'm using premium gas on this tank, so I can go a little bit faster if I need to run away from certain situation. Although, again, the power to weight ratio on this tank is not the best, so it's not gonna move as smoothly, especially up the hill. So you have to keep that in mind. But all you can do with this tank as bottom tier, you can be a pest, pretty much. You can annoy the opposition. And the 2 games that I'm gonna show you today, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Is I'm gonna be this annoying little bug worm that everyone wants to crush and take out of the game. But I'm gonna keep on surviving and staying alive. So as you can see, I just got hit in the ass by Grill 15 and I'm burning like a freaking torch. Yep. And now I don't really care. I just want to charge this E4. I want to take a hit from him. I want him to kill me, believe it or not, because he's got big alpha and I have no health, and I thought it would be beneficial to the team if he just snaps me and doesn't take anybody else out, but he dies. The game is really close. We brought it really close. Unfortunately, all of our tier 10s are dead because they engaged up north and they all died. So this is all just tier 8s battling it out here. So we're going to charge this Grill because I know I can take him out of the game. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Plus, I'm looking for some revenge. So I'm going to put some shots into his ass. And at the same time, I'm going to change position to provide some crossfire for my friendlies. But this is the fight we probably cannot win because the opposing team still has a tier 8 autoloader. There's T32 left in the game, plus the tier 10 German super heavy Panzer 7. So, yeah, we probably won't be able to win this game anyway. But like I said, I want to be that pest. I want to be this guy that kind of, you know, is a little thorn in his side. You know, keeps on poking out and stinging. Like, what is this little freaking pest that keeps on doing that? And that's what I'm trying to be in this game. So that's what we're trying to do here. We have a nice flanking position here that we can engage this T32. Now I think I made a mistake here because I changed position to this rock. I should have stayed where I was because I was fairly safe there. Safe from all the guns except for one. I probably should have used my gun depression, but instead I came here and I'm going to try to engage this T32, but other tanks are going to have shots at me, unfortunately, and my team is not going to be able to survive. But we're going to try to fight till the end, just like that. We're on a reload now. We're going to try to put the shell into this T32 and take him out of the game, but we get taken out. And unfortunately, all of our friendlies die. And we're out of the game. But we put up a good fight here. And, yeah, that was quite a brawl fest because we're kind of stuck in one area of the map pretty much. And the opposing team was pushing us pretty hard. But the game was pretty much lost by our tier 10s on the north side of the map, unfortunately. So we end up with Class 1. Mastery. I haven't been able to get an ace tanker in this during my run, but class 1 is quite nice with 3.3k damage, which is again quite nice as a bottom tier, a tier 10 game. So we managed to finish in 3rd spot. As you can see, our Atomic had a fantastic game, over 4,000 damage in the Atomic. It's a really good result, and our Motherland did pretty well in 2nd spot as well. Anyway, let's skip to the 2nd game of the evening, and in 2nd game we're on map Northwest. We're again a bottom tier in this matchup, and again we're going to try to be this lowly pest that everyone wants to crush, a bug that everyone wants to squish and get out of the game. But before we do that, one thing I did not mention with respect to gun stats is its penetration values, which are not that bad, to be honest. Average penetration on standard shell is 192 millimeters, which is not the greatest because you won't be going to the front of any of the tier 8 heavy tanks, especially heavily armored heavy tanks. I mean, some of them you'll be going through, but things like IS-3s or Defenders or German super heavies, yeah, you won't be going through the front with this penetration. But your premium penetration is at 243 millimeters, which makes this tank quite playable with premium ammo, especially versus tier 9s and tier 10s. So that's quite nice. Now I do wish that this tank was, you know, just a slightly bit faster. If it was a little bit faster, it would be quite a decent tank to play. You could then play it more like a light tank, but because with mobility issues and low alpha, you have to be really careful. You have to be careful picking your early positions and making sure that you have proper support or that you have proper fallback position in case you get overcrowded. So that's the difficult part with this tank. But I do like it for its view range, especially with good crew. You can light up things pretty good. So as bottom tier, I use it a lot as a spotter. Although, mind you, you will not be competing with tier 9 or tier 10 light tanks. It's just not possible. So again, you have to be really cautious how you play it. Is it my go-to tank? Obviously not. And it will not be. I still like my preferential matchmaking tanks. I think they're the best for credit earning. Maybe not for training your crew, but for credit earning for sure. But the reason I picked this tank up, like I mentioned, is because of the crew training XP, which is quite nice. Anyway, enough of my blubber. Let's jump into the game and see what's going on here. So I got myself into this nice position here at D2. And with this position, you actually have shots across to the guys that are trying to get up to the railroad, right here. So the only problem here is the gun depression issues. So that's what you're gonna see here. Unfortunately, I hit the guy's gun. It's quite unfortunate, but yeah, I'm being this pest again. Like, I mean, these guys cannot climb over onto the railroad because of me, because I'm putting side shots into these guys, right? So that gives my tanks freedom, my tanks that are at one line freedom, to poke out and hit them from the other side. And that's exactly what I was hoping for. I want to maintain my HP. I don't want to let these guys to come up, right? And just annoy them, be annoying bug, right, that they want to squish. So now once they're looking at me, I'm dropping because I don't want them to hit me, obviously. I don't want to lose my HP. So as you can see, I'm just kind of trying to lose my sixth sense, make them think that I'm gone, that I'm away somewhere, and then I'm gonna come back into the same position. I'm gonna keep annoying them, right? I'm just kind of looking sideways here to see what this lever is gonna do. And once he starts paying attention to the railroad again, I'm gonna poke out and hit him in the side. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Unfortunately, that I don't know what the hell happens to that shot. Now, FV4202 is missing. He's been missing for a while. And I had a feeling he's gonna come around from behind, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. He showed up right on my behind and hits me in the ass. So I just auto aim here and hit him. And as you can see, my auto aim goes right onto his turret ring. So I hit him right in there. I don't have to aim it really. And then he crashes into myself. He crashes me into the train. And at the same time, because I, get stuck by the train, he crashes into my back and he kills himself to death. So just like that, we kill him. And we left with almost 0 HP. Like, we barely have any HP left. So we're going to try to engage these guys here still. As you can see, my team is pushing across the railroad right now. There's a tank right there, medium tank engaging a heavy tank and another medium tank. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to help them out a little bit here. We're going to go to the side here, and from here we should have side shots. Now I am exposing myself to fire from B5, B6 or C6 area, somewhere over there. But at this point, I don't care. I want to help my team progress the flank, right? That's exactly what I'm doing. And I'm just counting on nobody to be there. No one will spot it. With my view range, I probably should have spotted someone. But now this guy's behind a tree and it disappears. And I have no shots no more. So, as you can see, the medium tank at C1, our medium tank, the greeny medium tank, he says that he is dropping. He's falling back. So, he's basically leaving me here all by myself. And at this point in time, I have to make a decision. Do I want to fall back together with my medium tank, or do I want to hold this position, right? And I'm going to consider holding this position for a split second. I really wanted to take this Type 5 out of the game, but unfortunately, I do not have the angle that I can take him out of the game, so I can't really shoot him because I won't be able to pen him. And I'm actually kind of lucky that this UDAS doesn't hit me. He could have hit me earlier. And now that I know that he's there, I'm no longer going to stay in this position because it's basically a safety hazard. I'm just going to get demolished. So I'm gonna hang around here. I'm gonna think about the situation a little bit. I'm gonna lose my sixth sense, and at this point in time I'm gonna drop, because there's no way I can win this flank on my own at this point in time. So I have to get back with my friendlies and give them support fire, right, whenever they need it. I didn't know how many reds were actually up north, and just looking at the situation right now and how many friendlies we brought up the one lane, and the fact that I was there at C2, I think we actually won the game because of that. Because if I wasn't there in the position C2, these guys would have went across the railroad and they would have taken all of our guys at one lane and probably scooted down the one lane towards our base. But because I was there and these guys couldn't climb up, we basically salvaged the situation so that our team could have pushed south and southeast and basically cleaned up on that side of the map. Anyway, the game is still not over, so we're gonna try to stay back a little bit and snipe, see if anybody gets spotted. Pay attention to this light tank if he comes around. I know I don't have much chance with him, but if I can put one shell into him, that's what I was thinking. He gets taken out though. I get spotted at the same time. Not sure what's spotting me. I think it's the UDES that he's spotting me from all the way up there. So gonna try to put a shell into him. Unfortunately, that doesn't hit. And we're gonna slide back behind that rock over here, or behind that hill, or mine, whatever you want to call it. He's looking at me right now, so I want to fall back over here. And I don't want to get hit. And I should be safe in this position right here. Once I lose my sixth sense, I'm gonna progress back into... yeah. Okay, Artie. That's how you not win a game. If you pay attention to low HP tier 8 premium tank. Good job, Artie. That's what loses you the game. You should be firing at the tier 10, not at tier 8 premium medium tank with almost 0 HP. Wow. Anyway, so I get taken out of the game. In a nutshell, good shot, because I was unspotted and Artie was predicting that I was gonna go back into the same position, but it is what it is. Anyway, let's see if this bad shot can finish off this type 5, and he should be able to finish him off. Right there, couple easy shots, so it should be just a closing time right now. The full health UDES, wow. Another dude that wasn't participating in the game almost at all. And what is he gonna do? He's gonna probably run off. He's gonna be running off. He's gonna try to run away and stay away from all of our tanks. He can stay away from 705, but there's no way he's staying away from Batchat and the light tank. What he's probably gonna do, he's gonna go after Artie. Anyway, I don't think we're gonna watch this. Let's skip to the end of the game and see post-game stats and see how we did. Alright, so as you can see, our Object 705A managed to take out the enemy's UDES, and obviously UDES went after our Artie because, you know, that's what you do at the end of the game. May as well kill something that you can kill instead of kill everybody else, instead of fighting. Anyway, nothing spectacular, not a spectacular game, but I thought that engagement with FV4202 was absolutely fantastic, and we still finished on top of the team with 2.4k damage. We fired some premium shells, but that's a necessity, unfortunately, with this tank at bottom tier. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking, Space Bandit, checking out.